And you're looking live at Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cat softball field here in Skidmore ISD, Skidmore-Tynan ISD in Skidmore, Texas. This is ST Lady Cat Nation, and my name is Amador Ramirez. And this is a big game, folks. Let's look down at some of the standings here. The top two are right here tonight. This April the 8th, 2025, and that's Woodsboro 10-0. Coming into town to take on Skidmore-Tynan at 8-2. There's three teams bottled up in the middle. Awadulce 5-5, Refugio 5-5, Kennedy 5-5. And at the tail end, Port Aransas 4-6, Yorktown 2-8, and Pettis winless. Back behind me, we've got ST Bobcat Nation covering the Skidmore-Tynan Bobcats baseball field. And the standings there, Port Aransas is undefeated at 8-0. They're a little behind as far as the number of games played. They're just barely beginning round 2 of district. In second, or tied for second, Kennedy 6-2, Awadulce 6-2, Refugio 5-3, Woodsboro 4-4, Yorktown 1-6, and Pettis 1-7. Skidmore-Tynan still winless at 0-7. The lineups tonight, actually, we've got, of course, Awadulce 5-5 at Yorktown 2-8. Pettis 0-10 will be at Port Aransas 4-6. We're talking softball right now. Right here in Skidmore-Tynan, Woodsboro 10-0 at Skidmore-Tynan 8-2. The big game. And Refugio 5-5 at Kennedy 5-5. That should be a big one. Talking to Refugio Sports Network and Ryan Linney, and he said that is a big one for Refugio, and of course for Kennedy, the home team. In baseball tonight, Woodsboro 4-4 at Kennedy 6-10. Awadulce 6-2 at Port Aransas undefeated 8-0. Refugio 5-3 at Skidmore-Tynan right behind us here at Skidmore. Again, the Bobcats looking for their first win. Skidmore-Tynan Bobcats, that is. Pettis 1-7 is at Yorktown. Thursday, right here, not right here, but for Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats, we've got the Lady Cats heading to Yorktown, and they'll go there either 8-3 or 9-2. Let's kind of turn it over to our Lady Cats here on the west side. And baseball, the Skidmore-Tynan Bobcats will be in Port Aransas. You have a 4:30. That's just a 7 o'clock varsity in Yorktown in softball, 4:30 JV, and immediately following will be varsity. So once again, Lady Cats looking to go 9-2 as they head on to Yorktown on Friday. We're going to talk a little bit of golf and track and maybe a little bit of tennis as well as the game progresses. But right now, let's take a look at the lineups, and we're going to head to the right side over here on the visiting side. And of course, the Woodsboro Lady Eagles. Number 2 is Maddie Martinez. Number 3, Anaya Zena. Number 5, Remington Bolchik. Number 6, Isabella Martinez. Number 7, Jackie Pettis. Number 11, Haley Trevino. Number 12, Addie Chason. Number 13, Chase Wernley. Number 14, Kagan Lewis. Number 16, Yesenia Arredondo. Number 17, Cheyenne Tully. Number 18, Isabella Gonzalez. And number 22 is Sydney Castillo. And over on my left side, our Lady Cats. Number 10 ranked Lady Cats, as Woodsboro is top ranked number 1 in 32A, or in 1A and 2A combined softball. Number 1 is Olivia Kinney. Number 2, Alexis Flores. Number 3, Kylie Kinney. Number 4, Natalie Ramirez. Number 5, Haley Rodriguez. Number 6, Jolie Mann. Number 7, Ali Hernandez. Number 8 is Brogan Schmidt. Number 9, Chloe Franco. Number 11, Jenna Vasquez. Number 12, Jacob Salinas. Number 13, Lily Hernandez. Number 14, Mia Brezenio. Number 21, Emma Koenig. And number 23, Sydney Swinney for the Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats. On the Woodsboro side, we have Coach Jaime Cano and Coach Ramirez also, who I thank for helping me out with some of the names And over on the left side, Coach Gonzalez, Coach Duran, and Coach Pena for Skidmore-Tynan. Again, we'll talk a little bit more of the other sports around Skidmore-Tynan, but right now, folks, it's going to be time to rock and roll here at Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats softball field, April 8, 2025. Looking for an exciting game between the visitors from Woodsboro and your Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats. Again, right behind me, I think JV's going on right now. JV baseball, Refugio and Skidmore-Tynan started at 5. The varsity will then be at 7 o'clock. And right smack in the middle is the 6 o'clock start for Skidmore-Tynan and Woodsboro. I'm trying it from a different angle today, folks, so you may have to flip my camera completely around. Forgot about the flags right behind me, but we'll accommodate as best I can. I'm going to have Joe Lee Mann on the mound here, taking on her counterpart, number 22, Sydney Castillo. Now the sun's going to be on my left side. I'm going to end up like Batman Two-Face, my left side a little bit burned. I always do as my daughter recommends. My daughter, the doctor. Put on the sunscreen, Dad.
All right.
And our PA announcer, Derek Franco, will get us going.
Tonight's matchup between the Woodsboro Lady Eagles and Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats. We'll start off with the lineup for the Lady Eagles. Number 3, Anaya Zena. Number 13, Chase Burnley. Number 22, Sydney Castillo. Number 14, Kagan Lewis. Number 2, Maddie Martinez. Number 16, Jessina Arredondo. Number 11, Haley Trevino. Number 12, Arlie Chasen. Number 5, Rennie Bolchak. Number 7, Jackie Pettis. Number 6, Isabella Martinez. Number 18, Isabella Gonzalez. And number 7, Cheyenne Tully. 17. And Coach Pato for the Lady Eagles. Starting lineup for your Lady Cats. Number 8, Brogan Schmidt. Number 6, Jolie Mann. Number 23, Sydney Sweeney. Number 14, Mia Bricenio. Number 13, Libby Hernandez. Number 2, Alexis Flores. Number 5, Haley Rodriguez. Number 9, Chloe Franco. Number 11, Jenna Laskin. Number 7, Ali Hernandez. Number 1, Olivia Kinney. Number 3, Kylie Kinney. Number 12, Jacob Salinas. Number 17, Dana Sanchez. Number 21, Emma Koenig. Lady Cats are led by Coach Gonzalez, Coach Duran, and Coach Pena. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll stand, gentlemen, if you'll remove your lids, please.
And you heard PA announcer Derek Franco. Let's play ball, folks. Skidmore-Tynan 8-2, hosting the Woodsboro Lady Eagles, 10-0, number 1 ranked in the state, to their counterpart Skidmore-Tynan, number 10. Should be a good one, folks. As I mentioned, we've got Jolie Mann pitching behind the plate. Brogan Schmidt out at first base is Sydney Swinney. Got Ali Hernandez at second. Mia Brezenio over at shortstop. Haley Rodriguez will be at third base. And as we get situated, I see Jenna Vasquez out at left field. Alexis Flores out at center. And I believe Chloe Franco, number 9, out at right field. That one went a little bit beyond for Brogan Schmidt, but get the energy out right now. Anaya Zena will be batting first for Woodsboro to lead this off. She'll be playing shortstop today. Will be Anaya Zena. So here we go, folks. Skidmore-Tynan, Woodsboro. Lady Cat softball. Lady Eagles, top ranked in the state, taking on the number 10 Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats. And a swing and a miss. Good start for Jolie Mann. She wants to kind of keep the game right here on the mound between herself and Brogan Schmidt. Makes it a little easier for the rest of the team. Strike 2 called on Zena for Woodsboro. Oh, and 2 the count. And down goes Zena on 3 straight strikes. Chase Wornley, number 13. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. It's a little low. Ball 1. Wornley will be playing center field for the Lady Eagles this afternoon. Afternoon into the evening. And swatted over to the right side for a 1-1 count. Anaya Zena, the first batter, was struck out in 3 pitches. One the swing, two swings, and one strike called. And second to the plate is now Chase Wornley with Jolie Mann on the mound. Strike two. Ball gets away, but that's okay on strike two. So real quickly, 1-2. One out here early in the top of the first. Woodsboro. And you're going to have to take that to first. And can't do it. So a strikeout. But advancing to first will be Wornley. And the pitcher, number 22, Sydney Castillo. Her counterpart on the mound, Jolie Mann, number 6. Runner on, Wornley at first. Castillo to the plate. High, ball one. You've got Brezenio out at shortstop and Ali Hernandez at second. Trying to keep Wornley at first is Brogan Schmidt. Helps when the pitch is coming at that speed. 2-0 the count. Didn't have the camera right on that mishandled strike. Goes down as a strike, but Brogan Schmidt couldn't handle it. And there goes a bus. Ball's already inside, ready for a trip home to Woodsboro. Sydney Castillo. 2-1 the count, one out. Wornley on first. And Wornley will take second. The count goes to 3-1 to Castillo. Skidmore-Tynan needs to, like any team, needs to eliminate those errors. You want to have a clean game. And there goes another one a little too high. Wornley goes to third, and Castillo will go to second, and that's heads up. So Skidmore-Tynan kind of asleep on that one. You got to get your head up into the game on this one. I know it's early, but heads up by Sydney Castillo with Wornley on third. Kagan Lewis, the catcher, to the plate. Swing and a miss. So Woodsboro with 2 runners in scoring position, Wornley and Castillo. Lewis, the catcher. Swing and a miss, and that's back to the Jolie we know. The way she started the game with Zena with 3 strikes. It's a little high. You want to keep the ball in front of you, does Brogan Schmidt. One and two. Jolie Mann ahead of the batter right now. Strike call. 2 down. Maddie Martinez, first baseman, to the plate for Woodsboro. Jolie Mann would do well to get out of this inning with no runs, but she's got swing and a miss. Maddie Martinez. Wornley on third, Castillo on second for Woodsboro. 2 outs, 0-1 the count. Top of the first. And this is going to bring in Wornley for a run. Castillo goes to third. And those are errors that cannot happen against this number 1 team. Can't let that happen against the number 1 team. Maddie Martinez. 2-2 with 2 out. 1 runner on. Deuces are wild here. At that 1-2. Right back to man to first. And Skidmore-Tynan avoids a big inning for Woodsboro. It's 1-0. We go to the bottom of the first. Here come the Lady Cats. Jolie Man facing 5 batters. 1 did make it in. And that was the second batter, Chase Warnley. But other than that, just 1-0. And now let's see what Skidmore-Tynan can do with Sydney Castillo on the mound, I should say. And we're going to have leading off the bottom of the first, the catcher, Brogan Schmidt, on deck. The pitcher, Jolie Man, and batting third here in the bottom of the first, first baseman, swinging, Sydney Swinney. So I'm going to get my first look at the pitcher from Woodsboro, and that is Sydney Castillo, number 22, who is Woodsboro's counterpart to Skidmore-Tynan's Jolie Man. Kagan Lewis will be catching for Sydney Castillo. Brogan Schmidt to the plate for the Lady Cats. Once again, this is on ST Lady Cat Nation. YouTube, right behind us, there's a couple of games, one going on right now, the Refugio at Skidmore-Tynan Junior Varsity Baseball, and at 7 o'clock, the Refugio at Skidmore-Tynan Varsity. We'll look over some of the other games in the district in just a little bit. So here is Brogan Schmidt. A little bit high. Two and 0 the count. So quickly, Brogan Schmidt ahead of the pitcher on the count, 2-0. Usually this is where the pitcher will come in with a solid strike. And there it is. 2-1 the count, nobody out, just underway, bottom of the first. 1-0 Woodsboro. 5 batters came to the plate in the first inning, 1 scored. Strike call, so Castillo's got her game on now. 2-2 the count. It's a little easier looking at 2-0 than 2-2, but Brogan Schmidt. And this goes right to third, right over to number 12, Addie Chason. Jolie Man to the plate. 1 down for Skidmore-Tynan. So hanging in there was Brogan Schmidt. Chason with the out. Those are the kind that third basemen usually love. You don't have to move too much. It's Jolie Man. And she rips at that one, and it's solid right by there. Now she's facing a batter that brings the heat as well. As high, 1-1 the count. 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the first, 1-0. All ones across the board right now. Strike call, 1-2. So Castillo Again, up on the batter, and that's what she does very well. Although she was down on the count to Schmidt, she came back and put two right where they needed to be. 1-2. And that one goes back to the Dubo Special Events Center. One and two. And this is a pop-up right to the pitcher, and it's the second out for Sydney Castile. Two down, and Sydney Swinney, number 23. So everything's staying inside the infield for Woodsboro. Nicely done and attributed to the pitching. Sydney Swinney. And that one goes back there. Third ball goes back there. One to the bus, one to the gym, and one to the weight room. 0-1. One and one the count to Swinney, number 23. And this one gets by to left field. It gets through. Extra bases for Sydney Swinney. She's going to take third. And she's going to stay right there. And a triple. Gets it all the way to left center. So now Skidmore-Tynan with a runner in scoring position. Mia Brezenio trying to counter the Lady Eagles with a run. It's got Swinney on third, 2 outs. Mia Brezenio. Lily Hernandez on deck. Strike call. Fourth batter for Skidmore-Tynan. One and one the count, 2 outs, runner on third. And this is going to get away, and in comes Swinney. Mia Brezenio will stay on first. 1-1. Sydney Swinney bringing the run. Good effort by Chason, but slipped out of her hand. Lily Hernandez with Brezenio on first. Ball. Of course, this is where Mia Brezenio would like to take second, making it a little easier for a run on a hit for Lily Hernandez. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count, 2 outs, runner on first. 1-1, bottom of the first. Lily Hernandez. And a swing and a miss. So Castile, the Woodsboro pitcher, up on the batter right now, 1-2. And there goes the bottom of the first. 1-1 is our score here in Skidmore. Skidmore-Tynan 1, Woodsboro 1. We go to the second. Once again, looking at the games for tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. Awadulce 5-5 at Yorktown 2-8. Pettis 0-10 at Port Aransas 4-6. Of course, the game here 10-0 Woodsboro taking on 8-2 Skidmore-Tynan, and Refugio 5-5 at Kennedy 5-5. And I know my friend Ryan Linney from the Refugio Sports Network covering that game. On the baseball side, Woodsboro 4-4 at Kennedy 6-10. Awadulce 6-2 at Port Aransas, undefeated at 8-0. Refugio 5-3 at Skidmore-Tynan. That'll happen at 7 o'clock. Right behind us, Skidmore-Tynan winless, trying to get their first victory in district. Pettis 1-7 at Yorktown 1-6. Of course, coming up this Friday, softball. Lady Cats will head over to Yorktown. 4:30 JV, varsity to follow, and baseball. The boys are in Port Aransas. Here we go. Top of the second. Yesenia Arredondo to the plate. Swing and a miss. Yesenia Arredondo playing second base this afternoon for Woodsboro. One and one. Jolie Mann did get 2 runners on base after the initial out to Zena, but does not want to repeat that. Would like to start early. 1-2, and she's doing just that right now here in the top of the second inning. Got Coach Cano, and this time this will go out for the first out. Nicely done by Brogan-Schmidt over.
Number 11 for the Lady Eagles,
Haley Trevino, number 11, left fielder for Woodsboro, to the plate. 1 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss. So far, both sides keeping at everything. Swing and a miss. 0-2, except for the hit by Mia Brezeño. That I should say Sydney Swinney to left center. And let's see, this time another Brogan-Schmidt gets it. And I counted 4 strikes. Although Lorinda Mann always gives me the stats after the game, so I certainly appreciate that, but I'm counting about 4 strikes. And to the plate, Addie Chason, number 12, playing third base. Already had 1 out in this game thus far. Strike call. One and one. So of the 5 outs thus far, Jolie Mann with 4 strikeouts and 1 a putout on a tapper right back to her. Swing and a miss. 1-2 with 2 outs. So trying to keep everything clean here in the top of the second is Jolie Mann. And there it is. Number 5. Jolie Mann being a part of all 6 outs in 2 innings. 5 strikeouts and 1 bouncing right back to her over to Swinney. And there we have the top of the second. We're going to go to the bottom of the second. Here come the Lady Cats. Let's continue a little further on with the baseball. Let's repeat it. Let's look at the standings. In 32A softball, Woodsboro 10-0, Skidmore-Tynan 8-2, Awadulce, Refugio, and Kennedy stacked in the middle at 5-5. You got Port Aransas 4-6, Yorktown 2-8, Pettis 0-10. On the baseball side of 32A, Port Aransas undefeated at 8-0, Kennedy, Awadulce at 6-2, Refugio at 5-3, Woodsboro 4-4, Yorktown 1-6, Pettis 1-7, and Skidmore-Tynan trying to get into the winning column in district here, taking on Refugio at 7 o'clock tonight at ST Bobcat Nation on YouTube. Please pass this link along. This is going to be an exciting one, folks. It's 1-1, bottom of the second, with Alexis Flores, the lefty, starting off the bottom of the second. Send your link to your friends, your family, ST Lady Cat Nation, as well as ST Bobcat Nation for later and currently JV Baseball. Haley Rodriguez on deck with Alexis Flores, number 2. Ball a little outside. Certainly welcome Brenda and Frank Mann, a.k.a. Pancho Hombre. Proud grandparents to Jolie Mann, number 6, the pitcher. And this one heads back. 1-2 the count to Alexis Flores. And being a lefty, she tends to put it out there toward right center. A little gap there at right center. 2-2 is the count. Those are the ones you do not want to. 2-2 is the count. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the second, 1-1. Woodsboro, Skidmore-Tynan. And a strikeout for Sydney Castillo. Haley Rodriguez to the plate. On deck, Chloe Franco. Haley Rodriguez has had a 3-run shot. She's had a grand slam. So capable of putting one out of the park. Strike call. Got 3 batters that have, during my streaming and broadcasting, and that's Rodriguez, Mann, and Swinney, put it out of the park. That was a little high, but nonetheless, 0-2 is the count. And staying alive, 0-2, a little foul tap back. Haley Rodriguez, down 0-2, looking right at Sydney Castillo, the ace for Woodsboro. And a swing and a miss. 2 down. Lady Cats are good at, well known for getting a 2-out rally, and we'll have to start it with Chloe Franco, number 9. Jenna Vasquez on deck. Low, 1-0 the count. So each team scoring a run in the first. And right now, nobody's scoring in the second. Strike call. You kind of feel out the game and the players in the first inning, and then you settle in for the second, and that's the trend here for both of these teams. Swung at one a little high. 1-2. Chloe Franco, mom rooting from the concession stand while she grabs some nachos. And staying alive is Chloe Franco. 1-2, 2 outs, nobody on. So a very similar first inning and a similar second inning thus far for Woodsboro and Skidmore-Tynan. A lot of comparisons here. Two good teams. Swing and a miss. And that is the way the second inning will end. Folks, 1-1 here in Skidmore-Tynan. The Lady Cats, Lady Eagles, all tied up. We go to the third. We're going to talk a little bit about, and I don't have all the information, folks, and I don't have Coach Tim Stowe around, but in the golf, congratulations to the girls team, one shot off of fourth place. So you're only one shot off of medaling the top three, and so nonetheless a great season for the girls golf team. On the boys' side, we've got William Sturgeon, Keithan Wilson after round two. Round one was in Palmilla Golf Course in Port Aransas. Round two was at the Gabe Lozano Golf Course. And after that one, which happened just this past Monday, make sure I'm on the right day. Yeah, it happened yesterday. Let's just get it right. William Sturgeon and Keithan Wilson are heading to the regionals, and that'll happen April 14th and 15th back at the Gabe Lozano Golf Course. So congratulations, William Sturgeon, Keithan Wilson. Boys golf. They move on. They stay alive. Remington Bolchik, number 5, right field, to the plate to lead off the top of the third. Two and 0 the count. I believe Zena is on deck, which should represent the top of the order. Strike call. 2-1. You don't want to fall back 3-0 as a pitcher against the team. I keep saying against the team like Woodsboro, but this is compliments to the Woodsboro Lady Eagles. Strike call. 2-2. Everybody rushed home plate because of the bunt. 2-2. Strike call. I'll get the actual number on post game from Lorinda Mann. Back at the top of the lineup, shortstop, number 3, Anaya Zena. Strike called. Well, are we looking at a defensive battle this afternoon? Maybe it will be this evening. Just now realizing Keithan Wilson was to my left. Should have brought him up here. Up here supporting Lady. 1-2 the count, 1 out. To Zena. Cool name. I remember calling her name out during basketball season. 2-2 the count, 1 out. Nobody on. 1-1. Top of the third. And foul ball. Throwing the ball over to Ali Hernandez for practice, I guess. 2-2 is the count. 1 out. Full count. 3-2 is the count to Zena. representing the top of the order for Woodsboro. Foul ball, shot to left. Just, well, it was a few feet off the line, but Jenna Vasquez retrieves it from left field. Three and two. And this one's going to go back into the bullpen and actually into the baseball field. So that's a reverse home run. I'm kidding, everyone. So we'll have a softball in the baseball field for later. I don't know if JV finished and they're waiting for the varsity to. And that one's going to be out of here to the left side. That might be two in the base. It might be two in the baseball field already. Zena staying alive here with some power. She swings just a little earlier. This might. And Zena takes first base with one out. Chase Wernley, center fielder. Chase Wernley, number 13 in center field, with one runner on. And Zena hanging in there against man, doing a good job. Strike called. Schmidt getting ready to go to Brezenio at second. Trying to keep Zena honest on first. In softball, you cannot release the base until after the pitch has left the pitcher's hand, or the ball. And foul ball, so quickly 0-2. Make it 1-1. 1-1 with one out, one runner on. It's 1-1. Thought so. 0-2. Scoreboard showed 1-1. It is 0-2. And that goes back to the weight room. Powerhouse. I got a 18-year-old car back there. It should be all right. Oh, and 2 to Wernley. And this one is going to be out, number 1. And they won't turn it, but forced out by Brezenio over to Ali Hernandez. Nicely done by Skidmore-Tynan. And now the catcher, Sydney Castillo. Rather, the pitcher, Sydney Castillo, with 2 outs, 1 runner on. I don't have the stats, but she's usually at the top of the order, at the top of the list on most. Gonna try this, and safe at second is Wernley. So Wernley safe at second, in scoring position for the pitcher, Sydney Castillo, number 22. And that will go back. Actually hits the electric pole. Almost like the movie The Natural, I think. It would have been cool, but it's not nighttime. I believe it was that. And that's going to get through, and here comes Wernley. And probably should have kept it on second. Wernley scoring the second run for Woodsboro. So a nice hit by the pitcher, Sydney Castillo. Kagan Lewis, the catcher, to bat next with Castillo on second. Wernley scoring the second run here in the top of the third inning. A good contact on that one. Strike called. throw over to third as Castillo thinking about, let me try to steal third. And you got to be careful because when you throw it to third, you don't want a wild throw. And a swing and a miss. So man up on the catcher, Lewis. 0-2, 2 outs. Runner on second. Strike call, and that will take us to the bottom of the third. Woodsboro 2, Skidmore-Tynan 1.
Celia, I thought I heard you back here. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm good.
So as we focus in on the Lady Cats,
Oh yeah, no, it's one of those rare kid years. So
talking to
I'm
Coach
scared for the next
Luna
year, but
regarding track and field, or it's called, as she put it on social media, the cross country, the XC TNF track and field. And we had a lot of good news from the Three Rivers track and field meet.
for the rest of my life.
And we do have the high school heading over to Texas A&M Kingsville for area. So we're going to have some representation there. And she gave me the schedule, and I will place it on our ST Bobcat Nation Facebook for you guys to look at, because there's a lot. I mean, there's a schedule. I can't really read the schedule to you, but you know, I do recall in Three Rivers our junior varsity girls taking first, and we had a lot of district champs. And I don't have my paperwork, but and I'll leave somebody out. But check out ST Bobcat Nation on Facebook and just kind of scroll down till you find all the track and field information. But certainly had a lot of noteworthy athletes, noteworthy information on our fabulous athletes, I should say. So Sydney Castillo back on the mound, bottom of the third.
All right.
They scored a run in the bottom of the second. On the top of the third, I'm sorry. And now we're in the bottom of the third. Kind of like tennis. They're trying to hold serve, or Skidmore-Tynan. It was 1-1 in the first. It was 0-0 in the second. And currently it's 1 and to be determined here by Skidmore-Tynan, trying to keep pace. A lot in part to the pitching, but good defense here by both these teams. Jenna Vasquez starts with a strike call. On deck, top of the order, Brogan Schmidt. Oh, and 2, swing and a miss. Got a little more height here in the home side, but taking a little bit of a swing on those high pitches, and we're going to have to talk that over with Coach. There's been a few pitches that have gone a little high. 1 out. Brogan Schmidt, top of the order. And this is right over to Chase on for the out number 2. And now Jolie Mann trying to start a 2-out rally.
Number 6 for the Lady Cats, Jolie Mann.
With Sydney Swinney on deck. Strike call. Well, I get to see Jolie Mann, and I'm just impressed like you wouldn't believe it. But again, Sydney Castillo here, and she is putting on quite a performance for Woodsboro. And this is over to right field. Will it land? And it's going to be trouble. She's going to stay on second. Little trouble in right field. So now that puts Sydney Swinney and Mia Brezenio on deck. Courtesy runner Emma Koenig, number 21. So Koenig in scoring position. Sydney Swinney laid one out earlier to the outfield. The first contact to the outfield, I would say, for Skidmore-Tynan. And here we go. Foul ball. 0-1. Trying to keep par, golf term, or whole serve, tennis term, are the Lady Cats. Ooh. That was a close one, but 1-1. 2 outs, 1 runner on second. Emma Koenig. Has 2 tips, but they constitute as strikes, so Castillo up. Rather, it's 2-2, I should say. 2-2. 2 outs, runner on second. Bresenio on deck. Staying alive is Swinney. All of them have seemed to be a little high on the pitching side, but easier said than done.
Good eye.
And that is out at third. And they had sent Emma Koenig and put out at third there. And that concludes 3 innings. We're going to head to the top of the 4th, 2-1, Woodsboro. Oh, there was one more. Coach Buckner giving me the 3rd place finish in Orange Grove yesterday. Daylin Moore. So Daylin Moore at Banchetti taken 1st and continues to excel on the tennis court. 3rd place in Orange Grove. So congratulations, Daylin Moore. Been able to watch a little bit of junior high softball with the Lady Cats junior high last night, playing the Pettis Lady Eagles, and it was a 5-2 Lady Eagle win, but it was exciting to watch the future and the present stars of Skidmore-Tynan. I encourage you all to head over to a softball, a baseball game, and it's been a blast. Maddie Martinez, first baseman. And that goes back into the strike 1 on a foul. Foul ball, 0-2. So very quickly, Jolie man up on Maddie Martinez, the catcher. Rather, the first baseman. Lewis is catching. And a swing and a miss, 1 down. Thanks to Coach Ramirez from Woodsboro for giving me the lineup, but also pronunciations and also their positions. Makes it so easy. Jazinia Arredondo, second baseman. And that one goes over. Oh, and away out of the. That's going to put her. That's going to put her on second. Haley Trevino. Left field to the plate. Haley Trevino. Strike call. Arredondo on second. Little high, but that does keep Arredondo on second. Good effort there by Brogan Schmidt. And Swinney charging first. You got Ali Hernandez covering first. Coach Cano. Few words with Trevino.
Ball
2-2 the count. One out. One runner on. Here in the top of the fourth.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a strikeout.
Round number 2.
Eddie
That brings up number 12.
Eddie Chason.
Eddie Chase.
Swing and miss to Chason. Ali Hernandez covering second to keep Arredondo honest over on second. It goes to third, and Coach Cano actually helped. Coach Cano helped the Lady Cats. The ball stays in play, and that keeps Arredondo on third. Got to check his head on that one. It's slightly out of my view, but that ball hit him, I believe. 2 outs, runner on. I believe 1-1 is the count.
Strike 2.
It's not really.
Ball 2 strikes. 2.
Oh, she was already heading back to the dugout. Was Hattie Chase on?
Yeah, but you still feel it when it happens. Well, when they
1 and 2. I think she was heading over to the. Arredondo on third.
I'm counting down my class. We're at 30 days now. Yeah. That's it.
And there it is. And that's the third out. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It is 2-1. Woodsboro.
After graduation, good. She'll be glad to hear that. Where are you all going to go?
Keithan,
We're gonna go.
you
Actually,
want to talk?
Back
we're
row.
gonna meet with my
Golf.
sister and Brian's.
I think we're me, Brian, and Mason. If Taylor wants to come, we can't come. We're all at the club.
Got Keithan Wilson, Mr. Golf. Got to come up with a good name for him. We're going to go to the bottom of the fourth, and we're going to let the camera roll, and I will announce the batter up and everything, but we're going to let Keithan Wilson talk, see if we can, it'll pick you up here. Let me move to my right side, Keithan. We've got with us, folks, although you'll have to check out his face out on YouTube. I believe I have it on ST Lady Cat Nation prior to the Refugio game, but we're going to let it roll here. And we've got Sydney Swinney back at the plate because there was an out called on third. So she gets to come back here to lead off the bottom of the fourth. Lady Cats trailing by 1, but doing a good job there on the field and, of course, on the mound. But got a tough pitcher out there, Keithan. Sydney Castillo for Woodsboro. We got a battle of pitchers going tonight. But we're not talking about softball right now. So Keithan Wilson, I'll let him slide over a little bit. So I want you to talk, first of all, about Port Aransas and then go into round 2. And then tell us about regionals coming up, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'll let you talk to our audience. This is Keithan Wilson, Mr. Golf. And his season is far from over, folks. And this is during Masters Week. I think the Masters starts on Thursday, I think.
Yes, sir.
So Sydney Swinney's gonna go to the plate, but I'm gonna let Keithan talk about Port Aransas first, just to recap it.
I shot 71 at Port Aransas, and I went into the second round of district, sitting in 4th place, and
error in short center puts Sydney Swinney on there. Going back to your score and everything, Keithan, back in Port Aransas.
I was sitting in fourth going into the second round at Lozano, and I was hitting on the range pretty good at Lozano, but none of my putts were falling, but I still managed to get it done. I'm going to regionals.
And so it's you and William Sturgeon heading over to regionals, and we're talking a Monday, Tuesday next week.
Yes, sir.
And
it's back-to-back days.
Back-to-back days, so there's 2 rounds of that. And do that, again, you'll have to educate this uneducated mind here. Do well, advance where?
State.
Go to state. So, how do you feel? I mean, now that you have gone through Lozano once, you're going right back.
Yeah.
What's something you're going to do different?
I'm gonna get out there and just putt on those greens as much as possible, and it's a new round, so it's a 0-0. It's
Start it all over. It's fresh. You reset. You reset everything, don't you?
yes, sir.
And I did notice that, perhaps maybe in Port Aransas, I don't know, but I know we had a couple of Port Aransas athletes that were, they kind of had a home field advantage on that one, didn't they?
Yeah, and most of them, that is their home course too at Lozano too.
So you just got to practice. You got to get to know it like the back of your hand then, huh?
Yes, sir.
Sounds good. So we need, I know I was talking last week and I said I'm trying to make time for more of the sporting events. We'll see what happens next Monday. I can't promise, but it would be kind of cool to bring a little action so that your fans out there can see you, especially those not in the area. And let's see if they turn 2. And they won't turn 2, but out at second is Swinney for the first out. Mia Bresenio trying to get the sacrifice, didn't do it. Lily Hernandez up to bat. So, Keithan Wilson, thank you for joining me, and I'll shake your hand here, guy, and wish you the best. And I hope to see you in person real soon, swinging that club and putting, and I know you'll do great. And representing Skidmore-Tynan. Thanks, Keithan. Appreciate you, man.
No, somebody in my class did. Thank God, if it was me out there,
Lily Hernandez.
I know, I seen that.
And a good second. They played the second base for the force out. Beautifully did Woodsboro, but Skidmore-Tynan wanting to at least sacrifice first to second, but they didn't do it. So now it's up to Mia Bresenio to see if she can get to second, because Sydney Castillo's not going to be throwing too many wild pitches, nor is Jolie Mann. So they got to find their breaks somewhere else while they're running bases. And attempted bunt goes back. 1-2, 1 out, 1 runner on here in the bottom of the 4th. And you just heard from Keithan Wilson, who's going to regionals. And everything starts over at regionals at Gabe Lozano. So, and then after that, it's going to state. So the best to Keithan Wilson, and I didn't have William Sturgeon here. At least I didn't see him. I'll call him up if I see him. And that is headed out to center. And the out will force Bresenio back to first. That's Chase Wormley out there at center field. Alexis Flores against Skidmore-Tynan trying to start a 2-out rally with Haley Rodriguez on deck. I'd like to get Mia Bresenio over to second, do the Lady Cats. Makes it a little easier on a hit. Safe. Good throw from Lewis. Over to Martinez at first. 2 outs. 1 runner on first. It's starting to get cool here. Feels good. And that one goes back to the pay table. Strike. 1-2. 2 outs. 1 runner on. You need 3 strikes. And Alexis Flores still has something to say about this. Got a little gap over it. And a swing and a miss, and that will end the 4th inning here in Skidmore-Tynan. And that is the end of the 4th. We move to the 5th with our score. Woodsboro, Lady Eagles 2, Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats 1. Doing great, man.
Got a good view up there.
It's awesome. It's starting to get cool up here too. It feels great. It's cool up there. It feels good. It's like 30 degrees cooler up here. All right, so we go to the top of the 5th. It's 2-1. So, kind of recapping. Looking at the top of the 1st, it's a 1-0-1-0 for Woodsboro, and at the bottom it's 1-0-0-0. So it's a tight one. Certainly going 7. Can't imagine it wouldn't. Trying to get everybody up to date on all the Skidmore-Tynan athletics going on. Lady Cats this Friday will be heading over to Yorktown to take on the Kitty Cats. And Skidmore-Tynan will be heading over Friday to Port Aransas. I believe they have a varsity game only. Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats due up in Yorktown for both JV and varsity. Leading off the top of the 5th inning is number 5, Remington Bolchek, right field. Swing and a miss. Well, Jolie Mann and Sydney Castillo got their game going tonight. Jackets and sweaters starting to get pulled out here because of it certainly has dropped at least, I'm not a weatherman, meteorologist, but at least 10 degrees, at least. I didn't check it before the game. Strike! 1-2. So once again, Jolie Mann wants to keep this close and doesn't want to get any runners on base, at least early in the inning. And that's a strikeout to Bolchek. Top of the order, Anaya Zena, shortstop to the plate. Be the 3rd round. 3rd round, I guess that's a golf term. Swing and a miss. A lot of good representation by Woodsboro. You can see them. I'll flip the camera in a little bit so you can see. Strike call. So good representation for Woodsboro and the Lady Eagles. You got Skidmore-Tynan scattered all over the place.
You took a best picture. Amador.
I'm going to slow that one down later, right?
Picture you on that camera.
I know.
They're coming for you.
I know. Where did it hit?
Oh, right over there. Okay, felt so much
There's a little puppy up here. And that one's going over here. So Zena's got some power. Almost took out a little puppy over here.
She was like this the whole time.
Leave our golf star alone up here, Keith and Wilson. You don't want to hurt him.
Yeah.
Let me see where that one was. We were at the 2-1 at the 2-1. Zena. And that goes back to the. Well, almost hit a pickup. A little Chevrolet over there almost got it. You missed all the action. Oh, you can tell them to sit right there. That one goes into the baseball field. Zena's kind of smashing these softballs around here in this inning.
Ball 2.
2-2, 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 5th. Jolie man to Zena. Count goes to 2-2.
Ball 2.
And Naya Zena. Full count, actually. Full count. Zena staying alive. Anaya Zena has been a fun batter to watch here in the top of the 5th. One of the balls came a little bit too close to us. I just apologize for the wind sound, but it feels amazing right now. And a walk. Checked with the first base, and she did not go through. So, Chase Wernley, center fielder, with 1 out, Zena on first. So we've got a switch here. We've got Ali Hernandez coming to third, and Haley Rodriguez going to second. All I can figure is coach just, you see something in the lineup and you switch your players, which is good coaching. Something we don't see. There goes. That throw went way too high.
Oh!
Gotta be ready. Gotta be ready. Zena taking second. Wernley at the plate, 1 out. Good base running by Anaya Zena. Good hitting by Anaya Zena as well. Stayed alive. Good at bat for her. Here's Wernley. Zena will take third.
No ball 2.
See what the count is. I don't see what time called. Now we're going to swap them right back. Haley Rodriguez back at third. Ali Hernandez back at second. And Wernley at the plate. Zena at third. 1 out. And a swing and a miss.
That brings up number 22 to the
2 outs. I like that runners run to first. I like that. I like they run to first regardless. Here's the pitcher, Sydney Castillo. I know her batting percentage is pretty high. Don't have it with me. Trying to bring in Zena. 1-0 the count. 2 outs. Zena on third. The hitter, power hitter, Sydney Castillo at the plate. And that goes to the weight room. 1-1, 2 outs. Jolie, man, trying to get out of this one, and ball called. 2-1. I know Castillo prefers to make contact, and she'd rather get on base the power hitter way. And that that is going to land at right center. And in comes Zena. And we'll have a stand-up double for Sydney Castillo. 3-1's the score. Out to right center. Kagan Lewis, the catcher.
Girls, let's go.
Castillo doing a good job trying to keep the defense honest. Sometimes you want to keep the offense or the batters or runners honest. Castillo doing cat and mouse game. And this is to right field, and it will land. In comes Castillo, and all the way to third, Lewis, 4-1. Maddie Martinez, number 2, first baseman. So this is the first inning where there's been more than one run scored. 2 runs being scored in the top of the 5th, which is for great defense. So Skidmore-Tynan can still come away with not too much of a sting here in the top of the 5th. Maddie Martinez. That's on top of the concession stand. Nope, not quite. So now Jolie Man wants this strike on Maddie Martinez badly.
Right, buddy.
Kagan Lewis on third. 1-2.
Right there, Joey, right there.
Number 1 team in the state, Woodsboro, showing their power right now. Staying alive is Martinez, and retreating to third, Lewis, the catcher. Kagan Lewis, Maddie Martinez at the plate. 2 outs. 1-2. Man has a little room here with the 1-2 count. 2-2. And goes back pretty much the same spot she hit the last one, right behind the backstop, right to the right of the concession stand. It's turning into a beautiful evening, folks, as the sun sets to my left. Kind of looking north right now. Full count. On deck is Yesenia Arredondo. And that one goes back. The umpire's saying, like, we're running out of balls here. Coach Gonzalez throws one over to Jolie Man. Full count, 2 outs. Lewis on third. Strike call! And we go to the bottom of the 5th. 2 runs scored. 2-1 lead extends to 4-1 in favor of the Lady Eagles. Now Skidmore-Tynan got their work ahead. Down 4-1 going to the bottom of the 5th. trying to keep my balance here.
Don't put them on half the time and have to text them.
Stands on the home side a little bit higher and a little bit trickier, I think. And needs to push an ankle right through one of these little crevices.
Go,
But
Haley.
again, Skidmore-Tynan with 3 games remaining. We've got the game Friday in your town, JV included. We'll come back next week. Kennedy comes in next Tuesday, a week from today, senior night, and then we conclude the regular season next Thursday night in Agua Dulce. Haley Rodriguez will lead off the bottom of the 5th inning, down 4-1, and on deck, Chloe Franco. Again, we've got our ST fans all over the place, even at the home run line. But then you do have good representation for Woodsboro. Haley Rodriguez to the plate. Chloe Franco on deck. Trying to get something going here, Skidmore-Tynan. You don't want to swing at those high pitches. I've noticed the Lady Cats have been doing that, and Haley Rodriguez doing good to restrain on that one. Because I believe some are going high. They're swinging. It's just coming so fast. 2-0. And you want to get ahead on the pitcher. You want to get on base at some point. The power hitters, Haley Rodriguez, Sydney Sweeney, Jolie Mann, are not seeing runners on bases when they come up. Not that they're necessarily hitting them out of the park tonight, but Sydney Sweeney did have a good... Oh, and this one is going to go to first, and that'll be taken there by Martinez. Maddie Martinez, solo job on that. Chloe Franco to the plate, and Jenna Vasquez will go to the deck. The on-deck circle, although there's not a circle there, but it's on deck. Chloe Franco. That one goes into the dugout for Woodsboro. Coach Cano doing a good job over there. And almost deja vu, this one stays inside, but that would be a tough one for Maddie Martinez to get to. Chloe Franco, 0-2, 1 out. I said Jenna Vasquez earlier, my apologies. Chloe Franco is at the plate right now doing swing and a miss. Strikeout. Here comes Jenna Vasquez. Strike called, and on deck, top of the order, Brogan Schmidt. So we've got our boys baseball. Boys baseball is underway, I believe, behind us. And ST Bobcat Nation, my friend and partner Ray Ramirez bringing the action to you. Refugio at Skidmore. First time these two met here. 5-2 was the final in Woodsboro. And let's see if she can get it, and it's not. Good effort by Maddie Martinez. 2-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on. Brogan Schmidt on deck. And a swing and a miss. And that is going to end the 5th inning. We'll go to inning Number 6, Woodsboro 4, Skidmore-Tynan 1. Yesenia Arredondo, number 16, to lead off the top of the 6 for Woodsboro. Woodsboro scoring their runs in the first, the third, and the 5th inning. Skidmore-Tynan scoring their run in the first. So we were tied up at 1-1 at the end of one. 3 runs have scored, unanswered runs by Woodsboro. So here we are, top of the 6th inning. Yesenia Arredondo. The bunt, and that goes back to the backstop.
Strike on it.
2-1 is what I see. Let me see what the umpire said. 2-2 is the count. And a strikeout. I like the way the Lady Eagles run to first base. Kind of a... to the plate, and it's starting to get a little windier. Skidmore-Tynan does need to... and it's going to reach first off the glove of Haley Rodriguez. Haley Trevino reaches first. Addie Chason with Trevino on first, trying to sacrifice here. There's nobody there. There's nobody on second. So Trevino sees that and says, I'm taking second.
What happened there?
Chason. 1-1, the count, 1 out. Runner on second, Trevino.
Yeah, I think they
Safe at third is Trevino. I apologize, I didn't kept an eye on the home plate. I didn't have my second camera. I don't have a second camera. I didn't swing over. So now in third is Trevino. Little trip to the mound, and the officials are
Go, son.
well. Evidently I missed the out call, an override. I guess 2 outs, or I missed something. We'll see what happens here. 2 outs on there.
You got it.
So now so Trevino on third. We'll get it straightened out. Remington Bolchik at right field. Strike call. 2 outs. So Chason was, I guess, struck out. But that still put Trevino on third. And here is Bolchik. Lady Eagles trying to put a little more padding to this 4-1 lead.
Billy, right here, right here.
2-1 the count, 2 outs.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Trevino on third. Strike ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third, and that is Trevino, Haley Trevino. Strike! And that ends the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom. Woodsboro 4, Skidmore-Tynan 1. Skidmore-Tynan with 2 more options to get some runs here, down 4-1. But they'd like to put something up here in the bottom of the 6th and not leave it all up to the bottom of the 7th, because we don't know what Woodsboro will do in the top of the 7th. So got to get something going here. And Brogan Schmidt will lead off the bottom of the 6th. Jolie Man on deck. Sydney Castile bringing the heat still. That is a good throw from Lewis in the catcher's position over to second. Woodsboro playing like their #1 ranking indicates. And Skidmore-Tynan playing for their top 10 ranking indicates as well. Pitching duel. A few errors here and there that need to be eliminated. Here's Brogan Schmidt, number 8, the catcher, leading off the bottom of the 6th inning here in Skidmore-Tynan. You got to keep an eye on Martinez on first and Chason on third to charge home in the event of a bunt. And they foul ball. Sorry, there's a yellow insulation or cushion there that blocks it's for our safety, but I try to find a spot where you guys have as little of an obstruction as we can possibly get. And she places it down, and it is out. Even with a little bobble, Chason gets it over to Martinez.
Number 6 for the ladies hat.
Jolie Man. So good work by Chason to Martinez. Bobble, but did not give up on it. Due up for a home run here. There's been a few high ones in Jolie Man Disciplined that some of the Lady Cats are swinging at. But they're coming so fast that the brain takes a little time to process it. And that is a hit out to the third field line. Jolie Man will take second, and a stand-up double. Little power. We have a blind side here on the left side. If I'm on the other side, I get a little blind spot over at right field. Sydney Sweeney looking to bring in Man, and there'll be a courtesy runner. Emma Koenig will be running at second. Sydney Sweeney to the plate. Mia Bresenio on deck. Swing and a miss. And McKinney was caught stealing third to end, I believe it was the fourth inning, I'm not sure, but one of the innings. So down 0-2, one out. This is tapped over, down to right center. It's going to be a double. Here comes Emma Koenig.
Come on, Mia.
4-2, and nicely done by swinging Sydney Sweeney. One out. Mia Bresenio. Try to keep this going here. You don't want to squander opportunities. This is certainly an opportunity. That one goes back to the school bus, and we'll be traveling back with Woodsboro. Sydney Castillo. Nicely placed at right center, more center than right center, but by Sydney Sweeney. Strike two, down 0-2, Mia Bresenio. And that one's going to go right into the Woodsboro crowd. I'm going to reach down and get some more battery. Not to worry, folks. I'm not letting you go.
Good eye.
And there goes Sweeney to third. So just 60 feet away is Sydney Sweeney. This is where you might think about like bunting one down the first base line to get that run in. And this is a tapper, and it's going to be good and safe. Sydney Sweeney, Mia Bresenio to first. Great at bat for Bresenio. Lily Hernandez. It's 4-3, folks.
Get her out of here! Get her out of
Oh yeah.
I'm never
Only if they win.
4-3, one out.
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it like that. You're gonna have to take it.
Like sometimes, like some people don't like it because they miss the bed.
Oh no, he tells her. He tells her. She does win. He has to say something a couple times
So
first.
brings up number 13,
She's working on it now.
Lily Hernandez with Bresenio on first. I don't know if Castillo has thrown a wild pitch. Skidmore-Tynan could really use one right now to get Bresenio over to second. 1-1 and 1 out. One runner on. Skidmore-Tynan down by 1. Bottom of the 6th. Foul ball. On deck, Alexis Flores. This is big right here for Lily Hernandez. 1-2 the count. And this is a little tapper over to first. And it's going to be safe. Everybody is safe. Lily Hernandez on first. Bresenio on second. And the lefty, Alexis Flores, to the plate with 1 out. Now momentum swinging to Skidmore-Tynan. Ball. I think this is the most runners at one time, as we certainly haven't had bases loaded, I don't believe, on either side. Ball 2. Bresenio on third. Hernandez on first. Flores at the plate, 1 out. And that one goes into the dugout and might have woken up a few of the players. Two balls and a strike to Alexis Flores. Mia Bresenio on second. Lily Hernandez on first. Late swing on that, 2-2. Haley Rodriguez on deck. Tapper over here, foul ball. Everybody heads back. Lily Hernandez to first and Mia Bresenio to second. And certainly an opportunity for Skidmore-Tynan right here. Bottom of the 6th. 2-2 the count. And I think 2 outs on that one. So there was an out at first. They're going to talk about this one. I believe there was 1 out at third. That one, that's the official's call, but back they go. So they settle this. So Bresenio will remain at third. Two runners in scoring position. Bresenio on third. So 2 outs. First base is out. And now runners on second and third. Second, Hernandez. Third is Brezenio. And now Haley Rodriguez. She's due up, folks. She's got to put one out there into an open area in the outfield, and you can get 2 runs scored here. Time called by coach.
Here's the call.
See if this Coach Gonzalez pep talk turns into something here for Skidmore-Tynan and the Lady Cats. You got the tying run at third right now, and the go-ahead run at second. And a strikeout. This time it is over. And we go to the 7th. We got a 4-3 game here, folks. Woodsboro Lady Eagles 4, Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats 3. On to the 7th. Thanks, man. So as we see the Lady Cats, Brogan Schmidt behind the plate, Jolie Mann at the mound on first, Sydney Sweeney on second, Ali Hernandez at shortstop, Mia Brezenio at third is Haley Rodriguez. Out at right field is Chloe Franco. Alexis Flores at center, and out at left field, which is a blind spot right now, out west, is Jenna Vasquez. Now a quick little trip to the mound. It is going to be Anaya Zena, who was very exciting at the last at-bat. Zena has done a lot of good on the offensive side. And here she is again, top of the 7th. One ball, no strikes. Skidmore-Tynan needing to hold here and needing to put up 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th. And that one's going back.
Elbow! 1 ball, 1 strike.
We did hear a roar from behind, and we think it was a Refugio Bobcats home run in the baseball field right behind us. I don't think they can reach us, but 2-1 the count to Zena. Anaya Zena. Three and 1. You don't want to put her on because compliments to Zena. She will get to second. And then you've got a runner that you have to deal with and a run on the board. And she takes first base.
Let's go, Jolie!
Chase Warnley, third baseman, doing a good job at that end. Looking to bunt is Warnley. Keeping Zena honest there on first is Brogan Schmidt. 1-0 is the count on Warnley. Chase Warnley. I didn't think it was going to get cool tonight, but it is a little cool. Sets up to bunt. Strike called, and it's the throw. got past Brezenio, but good effort there by Schmidt to Brezenio, and good backup there for Alexis Flores. But nonetheless, Zena's a tough one to stop there. So she took second. That's why you don't really want to walk Zena, but then she can bat. But here's Warrenly, Chase Warrenly. And that goes right over to, going to go to third. Good stop by Haley Rodriguez. And that is a fast runner. And Zena, one out. Zena on third. And the star pitcher and power hitter here, star on both ends of the game, is Sydney Castillo, number 22. And she is walked intentionally. Kagan Lewis, the catcher, looking at runners at the corners. Of course, Castillo capable of stealing second. And that would put a couple of runners in scoring position. One out. Kagan Lewis. She taps it out to center. This may be gone. Lewis with a 3-run shot. Kagan Lewis. I believe that was a 3-run shot. The runners in at the corners. Yeah, there you go, 7-3. I was looking over there and I said, got to tack one more in. First baseman Manny Martinez to the plate. And this goes to third and out to first. Nicely done. Haley Rodriguez to Sydney Swinney for the second out. Yesenia Arredondo, second baseman to bat with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Skidmore-Tynan putting up 2 in the bottom of the 6th to get this game to 4-3. And Lewis with the 3-run shot, 7-3. Ball called.
I was 15 minutes late for work today.
Temperature is dropping.
The line was all longer than talking. I was
Swing and a miss. Zenia Arredondo.
It did not work out.
So Lewis bringing in Zena and swing and a miss. Castillo for the 3-run shot. Changing this from 4-3 to 7-3. So Jolie Mann a strike away from ending the top of the 7th, but they've got work to do in the bottom of the 7th. There it is. And that's where we're going to go, to the bottom of the 7th. Skidmore-Tynan needs to put up at least 4. Here come the Lady Cats. Again, Friday night, the Lady Cats do travel to Yorktown. We'll be there with ST Lady Cat Nation broadcast. JV is playing as well, so I believe it's a 4:30 start. Skidmore-Tynan will be heading over on Friday night to Port Aransas. That one's a varsity 7 o'clock start. We will bring you both of those on the road, so nobody home on Friday night. It'll be empty here. Sidney Castillo back on the mound, trying to wrap it up with 3 more outs. Great game for those of you out there, Lady Eagle fans or Lady Cats. This has been a great one to watch. Pitching duel. Good field effort by both teams.
We'll bring home number 1 for the Lady Cats, Olivia Kinney.
Olivia Kinney leading off the bottom of the 7th. Jenna Vasquez on deck.
First started out for the Lady Cats.
Olivia Kinney, the
Come on, Olivia, you got it.
pitcher, backup relief pitcher, and freshman. A little high on that one, ball 1. Kagan Lewis again with the 3-run shot, the catcher. Bringing in
One by no
Zena and Castillo. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count here on Olivia Kinney, bottom of the 7th inning. Skidmore-Tynan needing to put up at least 4 runs to keep this one going. And a nice one plays. Can she outrun it? Out at first. Good fielding. That was Martinez feeling it.
That's the plan.
I'm correct. I mean incorrect. Martinez taking it at first, and I believe that was the second baseman, Arredondo. I could be wrong on that. Jenna Vasquez takes a strike. On deck, Brogan Schmidt. Strike 2. And number 1, Woodsboro Lady Eagles. Foul ball. And number 10.
Let's go, Jenna.
Ranked Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats. Turns out to be just the way it should be. It's as it should be. 2 good teams out here battling it out. Skidmore-Tynan here in Skidmore, Texas. The 10-0 in district, undefeated with Woodsboro Lady Eagles in the 8-2. And this is left center. This will be 2. And it'll be a stand-up double. Jenna Vasquez got something going. Brogan Schmidt. Beautifully done left center for Jenna Vasquez on a stand-up double. Now Brogan Schmidt trying to keep everybody alive here with 1 out. This is a pop to chase on. 2 outs. Chase on has done, I think she's had about 3 of those. Joe Lehman on deck. Sydney Swinney, so we got a little bit of power coming up in the next 2 batters.
Good eye.
Jenna Vasquez likes to kind of dare anybody out at second. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Again, the Lady Cats down to their last out. They've got a runner on, and they've got Jolie Mann at the plate.
All you gotta do is beat it. Keep your eye on the ball.
one goes back to the main street. 1-2 is the count. Battling right into the ball, lands in the ditch. Battling, and that's the way it's put here. Jolie, man, staying alive. And this one is hit out. It is gone. Jolie, man, oh man, oh man. There she is. There are the Lady Cats. Congratulations to Jolie, man, bringing in Jenna Vasquez from second. 2-run shot. 7-5. It's not over, folks. Down to the last out. Now we've got Sydney Swinney.
Chance, let's go.
However this ends, this has been one barn burner. If if Sydney Swinney gets on board, Mia Brezenio will represent the tying run here in the bottom of the 7th. That'll be a foul ball and a strike right on top of the Woodsboro bus. It's starting to get a little chilly here, but we're going to hang in there. 1-1 the count. 2 outs. We're down to the last out. Jolie, man, steps up to the plate and hits a 2-run shot to left field. And this has gone out to second. And the third out at right field. Remington Bolchik for the third out, and that's how it ends, folks, and what a game. It's been a great one. This has been a great one. Both Woodsboro Lady Eagles and the Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats. District play on to Yorktown for Skidmore-Tynan on Friday night. 4:30 junior varsity followed by varsity. And that is the way it's going to end, folks. And of course, a great played game by the #1 team, the Woodsboro Lady Eagles, and of course, our Skidmore-Tynan Lady Cats. Beautiful, beautiful evening. And we're going to end it here because I don't want to get in trouble for playing Neon Blue. So, Neon Moon, I'm sorry. I'm getting Elvis in the head. Blue Moon. Final score from Skidmore-Tynan, 7-5. Woodsboro over Skidmore-Tynan. On to Yorktown Friday night, folks. This is ST Lady Cat Nation. My name is Amador Ramirez. Good night and God bless.